Hi, this is Ashley of Shep Publishing, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to upload your book to Ingram Spark. Now, Ingram Spark is the world's largest wholesale distributor, and it's how you can get your book into stores. And so you can also do this through Amazon KDP. However, the royalties for you and the profit for the bookstores is much less. So I recommend using Ingram Spark. To do so, you will create an account at ingramspark.com. And then once you log in, you'll see, I have titles already listed, but you'll see a button over here that says add title. You'll go ahead and click that button, and you want to have your ISBN number ready to use. And so your ISBN is a unique identifying number for your book, and you'll need a different one for each format of the book. Now, it's going to ask you next, what format would you like to upload for your book? And so they have pricing of, as of this recording, $49 for the ebook and print book, $49 just for the print book or just your ebook. Now, I don't recommend using Ingram Spark for your ebook. That's when I recommend using on Amazon. And there are a couple of reasons for that. But for today, we're just going to click on the print book only. They do also have coupon codes quite often. And so if you have one of those, that would be a time to get yours as well. All right, so you want to have a few things ready before you are uploading your book. Things like your keywords, your description, and also your interior file, so your manuscript, and your exterior file as well. If you do not have those ready, that's totally okay. However, it just makes the process run smoother, and you can still proceed, but you'll have to come back, obviously, and do those things later. Okay, so I'm going to click yes, my files are ready. Additionally, for your exterior cover, you are going to want to use the template that Ingram Spark provides. And I have that in another video that I'll link in the description of this video. So it's asking me, okay, so you have your interior in a PDF and your exterior in a PDF, and it's one file with the spine, front and back all together. Okay, so this is just saying if you're not sure, they do have an entire creation guide to help you out with this process. It's a pretty hefty book. If you're publishing through Shep Publishing House, then we will already have this good to go for you, or we would have recommended someone who will format this for you. Okay, so this part is asking, how would you like your book to be distributed? Do you want to be the only one that can print the books? That means it's not going to offer your book to bookstores to be able to pick up and purchase, then you would just click this one. If you're like, no, I want everybody and their mama to go and be able to purchase my book, then you would click this one. And generally that's what people do when they come to Ingram Spark, is to make it available for bookstores across the world to purchase. So you'll go ahead and click continue once you've decided those things. And if you are used to Amazon KDP, I'm going to ask you to ride the wave, because the interior of Ingram Spark is a little bit more clunky. It's not as streamlined, but once you get it set up, you're good to go, and there's not much else that you need to do. So you will go ahead and add your title, and I'm just making up a title, and I'm using the interior and exterior of my book that's already published. So I just put testing in front of it. You're going to select the language that your book is in, and notice they have tons of options, which is another benefit as well of using Ingram Spark. And then your ISBN number. So this is that number that you've purchased from Bowker's. And so you're going to copy and paste that here. If you need help on purchasing that, I have another video that I will link as well. So you want to put that there. And you'll notice that they give you the option to purchase one from Ingram. I do not recommend that because, and they kind of give you a little blurb. If you click it, that means it will only be available through Ingram Spark. And they even tell you that there. So we don't want that. We want to be able to have it available other places. Okay. You, of course, should be owning the copyright of this book because it was written by you. So you would click that. And it's just asking you, okay, so you say you own the copyright, but let's verify. Are you using these things inside your book? Do you have a famous person's name in it? That's not going to work. Does it have brand names that do not belong to you? Those are things that you don't want to include in your title because it's going to flag it for copyright issues. So you would say, okay, no, I don't have any of those things. And you will notice a lot of drop downs throughout your process. You can click them and see what is inside of there. Some of them will not be pertinent to you. So if you have a subtitle, you would put it here. If this is part of a series, you would add that, things of that sort. Okay, next, your authors. You want to make sure that yours is accurate because you cannot change this later. So you want to put your name there, and you want to make sure that that is done properly. So your imprint, this is the name that's going to go inside your book as basically the publisher. And notice they have these little question marks. So if you're ever questioning what some of these mean, then you can click on them. So it's going to be the publisher of your book. And so I have my business name and then also another imprint in here that's tied to my ISBN. Now, subjects, this is what your book is about. So you can pick 3 subjects. When you click the search bar, you can actually type in different topics. And just like on Amazon, it'll help you toggle to those and you can add your subjects there. I recommend adding all 3 that fit for your book because it helps people to be able to find you. Then you want to select your audience. And of course, you would just want to do which one fits. And so if you're not doing something that's academic, you'd want to just pick trade general. Okay, then of course they have another drop down of different options. These I would leave blank unless you had something that was pertinent to it. This part you can go back and update later. So we'll leave that alone for now. Your title description, this I would use the same description that I have on Amazon because generally when you're publishing, sorry, it's hard to type and talk at the same time. When you are publishing your book, you want it to be consistent on both formats because this is what will be given to the stores to be able to publish your book. And so it does have a minimum of at least 200 characters. And so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste mine into here. So yeah, so I just copied and pasted it from Amazon. So that way I have it. You can change the formatting if you wanted to, like if you had bullet points, this would be a good place to place it there. Then you're going to want to do your keywords. And so these you're going to separate by semicolons. And then same thing, you want to add those options. I don't think it gives you can do at least 7. So I don't think it gives you a high end. No, okay. So there's not a maximum one here like there is on Amazon, but just keep in mind that you want them to be targeted to your book. Okay, so this is a shorter description. So if someone is not wanting to read this entire thing, or if it's on a site where it'll have the title of your book and then a little blurb before somebody picks your book, then that would be what goes here. So I'm going to hide that for now. And notice also, just like Amazon, you have the option to save and exit if you don't get a chance to finish or something happens, you need to come back to it. Okay, your trim size. This is going to be the size of your book. And this one is 7 by 10. It's going to ask you, okay, do you want color, black and white? And then the interior, so the actual page color, white, and then paperback or hardcover. So now Ingram has a couple different options for theirs. And so you have the case laminate, which is the hardcover, and then the perfect bound, which is the paperback. Then you have gloss and matte. So gloss is going to be a little shinier. The light's going to reflect off of it. And then matte, of course, will be flatter. So once you've selected those, then you are going to want to give your page count for your book. And they do have minimum counts for what that's going to be. And it'll actually tell you how much it costs to print your book. And so that would be the same amount that it would cost for you to order author copies. This little item right here is saying that you can print on the inside cover of your book. For now, we're not doing that. And so if we scroll down, then this is where you're going to set the price for your book. And so you would insert the price that you would like. And just like on Amazon, it's going to alter that same price and convert it to the other markets where it's sold. This one is basically saying any place that's not one of these countries. And then you are going to pick your wholesale discounted price. And what that means is that you're giving a discount to the bookstores or to the websites that are going to purchase your book. So kind of to incentivize them and also to give them a little, give them a cut for ordering larger quantities of, I'm sorry, not give them a cut, give them a little bit of a discount for ordering larger amounts of your book. And so they have 55% as the preference. However, both of my books are set at 40%, and they have been picked up by stores. And so you can make that choice of what you want your book to be at. You can change this later. And then you'll also be able to see how much money you're making from that percentage. And so you'll notice that for some of them, you would need to increase the price of the book in order for that percentage to make sense. And then it's really only giving you a very teeny amount. So that's another reason why I don't do the standard amount, but I'm just showing you and doing quickly for ease of use. You would definitely want to do a different one. And I'll show you 40% just to get an idea of what it is. So originally it was 52 cents per book. At 40%, it gives you $2 per book. Next, it's going to ask you, do you want them to be able to return your books? Now, this one is a little bit of a controversy. Some people say yes, that your book's not going to get in the stores unless you can return it. And once again, I do not allow this. I don't pick returns, because what could happen is that stores could order 1,000 copies of your book. And that's super exciting. But what happens if they decide to return 500 of them? That means you are going to have to pay or return the money that they gave you for those books. And so I always say no to this, but just for cohesive sake to tell you what the rest of these mean. Yes, returning them means that they would give them back to you. So they would ship the books back to you. And that means they could be in any condition. It could be people had returned them to the store, so they could have already used them. They could be in not the best condition. And then also returning, but destroying, it means that you allow returns, but the books are going to be destroyed. So I always select no for this. Okay, so then this is just saying that if you did the 55%, that increases the likelihood that a store will purchase your book. And that's another thing. So if you want to keep the 55% to make it so that stores will purchase, then you want to increase the price so that you're getting more than just pennies and fluctuate that. So, or you could just do the 40%. And then it's just saying, okay, explaining the returns. That if you say no, that will limit some of the stores making a purchase of your title. And then also that you understand the prices and they reflect the currency conversions. So once again, this is in pounds, this is in euros. You understand that it's a different conversion because it's based upon this country. So 10 pounds is not the same as $10. And so you could use a currency calculator on Google to be able to see those different amounts. All right, the next part is what you're going to have inside your book for people to be able to see it. So enable the look inside the book. I always select this one because it makes it so that retailers and customers can see what the first few chapters or first couple pages of your book look like. Large text editions. So this is if you have a large text edition. If you don't, then you don't necessarily need this. And then this would be if your book is written in a language that needs to be read right to left instead of left to right. So you would need that if your book is in English. Okay, so this part is if you are doing a pre-sale or if you want your book to be available for purchase on Amazon before it's actually available. So AKA a pre-sale. So if you do your release date further in the future, then what's going to happen is Ingram is going to push your book to Amazon and other stores and make it so that people can order it ahead of time before it's actually available. Now, I don't really recommend doing pre-sales in this way because what will happen is you can't add some of the benefits and some of the exciting things that I recommend adding to a pre-sale. So for example, if you wanted to bundle something with your book, I suggest ordering your books yourself, packaging them, or getting a company to package those items for you, because really in this case, you're not going to get your funds until the book is actually available. So there's not really a ton of benefits to doing a pre-sale in this way, unless you just don't have the bandwidth, you don't have the time and the energy to be able to do it on your own site. So if you don't want to do something so far in advance, you could just do it the next day, and that will be fine too. So the day after you've uploaded it, that works as well. And then okay, so in this drop down, and then same thing. So this would be when the book is available for sale for retailers. So it's different than a pre-sale. Okay, so we're going to save and exit. Oh, I'm sorry, not save and exit. We're going to continue. So on the next page, this is where you're actually going to upload your interior. And we're about halfway done. And so you have your interior and your cover. So what you'll do is you can either drag and drop, or you can click the upload button and it will ask you to locate those files on your computer. So I have my interior and my exterior. And what will happen on the next page is it'll tell me if I have any errors. Okay, so mine are both good to go. So now I'm going to click continue. And on this page, if you had anything that was wrong with your files, you would have error messages that would be specific to what you needed to fix. If that is the case for you, then you can definitely reach out to us at help@sheppublishinghouse.com and we can help you with that. However, if you're publishing with us, you won't have to worry about these errors because we will already make sure your files work for you. So then you would just click continue. And this is where you pay for your book. And so, like I said earlier, Ingram Spark does have promotion codes. They have promo codes. So if you have a coupon code, you would put it in here and then you would say, I agree and understand that my files are being uploaded. And if I need to change this later, I might have to be charged another fee. Now, if you are making minor tweaks, so like not making tweaks to the files, they don't charge you. If you're making things where you have to re-upload something, there is a chance that they could charge you. So you would just say, I agree, and then proceed to payment. And that is the end of how to upload your books. Now let's go back to the main page and I'll show you what it looks like when they are uploaded. Okay, so you'll see the one that I didn't actually submit because it's a fake book, but when yours is available, it'll have this little green check that says title available. And if there are tweaks or edits that you need to make, you would just click on it and you'd be able to make those edits. If you needed to, or you could click this little drop down over here to swap things out. So if, for example, you had an error in your files, you could click the revise files button and it will take you straight to that page. If you need to edit specifics about your description, your keywords, you would go to edit title. Let's say you wanted to do a duplicate version of the book, meaning that you have your paperback and your hardcover and you want to just copy all the details that are from the paperback to make the hardcover. You would click the duplicate version and then it will save everything and you would just go in and switch that you want that one to be hardback, add your ISBN number, and then you would upload your files if you needed to make any changes. So hopefully this video has been helpful in learning how to upload your book to Ingram Spark.